So I've had a few people ask me what a dealership's disclosure requirements are when they're selling a used car. And really, there are a few things that you need to keep in mind. So first of all, you have to disclose whether or not the vehicle you're selling has a salvage or rebuilt title. This is probably something that you already know, but just in case you don't, if you bought a car from an auction and it was rebuilt from being totaled or something like that, you do need to let the customer know. In fact, you need to get them to sign a disclosure form. That's very important. Another thing you need to keep in mind, though, that sometimes people don't always understand the full picture here is you have to disclose all of the material facts, that's the word we use in the law, regarding that vehicle. And you may think, well, what exactly is a material fact versus an immaterial fact? A material fact is going to be a fact that actually carries weight with the buyer, something that may affect the buyer's choice. So, for example, a material fact would be, and by the way, this car, has an oil leak. Obviously, that's a material fact, right? That's something that's very significant to the buyer. But it's more than just current problems. Another material fact would be, this vehicle's been stolen before. We don't exactly know what happened while it was stolen. That's a material fact. These are significant things about the vehicle's history that are going to be important for the buyer's consideration. The whole purpose of this is to encourage honesty and transparency in the buying process. Does that mean you have to tell them every little tiny thing that's ever gone wrong with the car? No, but if it's something that holds weight, oil leak, vehicle's been stolen, when it was in a wreck a long time ago, there was significant engine damage that caused a whole lot of parts to be replaced, things like that, you need to disclose them. The best way to handle that is to just give them the Carfax. A lot of dealerships that I've talked to and a lot of dealerships I've worked with, they just have the Carfax easily downloadable on the website for every car. This is a great way for you to be able to say, hey, I disclosed it to them. The Carfax is right there. They can look at it all they want. It helps you, it helps the buyer, and it helps you make sure that the buyer doesn't come back at you later and say, hey, you didn't disclose a material fact. Now I'm going to sue you. You don't want to land yourself in that situation. So it's always best to err on the side of disclosure. Sometimes that can make a vehicle harder to sell, but you'll sell it eventually. It's better to sell a car slowly than it is to sell it swiftly and then get sued.